Yes, discover. Hey, how you doing? Well, this one I want to make sure I stand up because the thing is to stand up. Usually when I give information, it is because, first of all, this is not a therapeutic channel, nor am I an expert. I have counseled many people. I have brought people back to life, given them life through my health professions that I developed through life. So I try to share my experiences and my concerns. One of the things that I noticed that I'm here with you today is because I've learned, or I am learning, that people seem to not understand the norm. In our diversity of life, because there is diversity all the time, it can come from misunderstanding. It can come from a family tree of growth in their knowledge and what they tell the children as the children are raised in the family, certain values they have that may affect you. I tell my child, do not talk to a stranger. That affects the stranger, but yet that protects what? The child. Once again, that affects the stranger, however, that protects the child. And as the child gets older, the child begins to realize through life and its own experiences who they can trust. And yet, they're still going to go through mishaps. So it never really mattered what they were taught. But as they grew, it protected them with wisdom to look on, to acknowledge, and not to just give in to what they see. But nobody goes through life without experiences. Nobody goes through life without a challenge. Everything is a challenge. A businessman challenges another businessman. A teacher challenges another teacher. A student challenges another student. So when you go through life challenges, it's how you accept and how you put out. And you learn how to deal with it depending upon the things you learned in life, what the child learned. Now, the parents had hold of the child. But once the child starts to learn on his own, whether through school experiences, whether through books, magazines, television, movies, life experiences, all these things play a part in what we experience. So I'm here to tell you, when I talk, when I give you information, it's because of what I know a lot of people do not know. I'm like the parents telling that child, do not talk to strangers. Do not allow a mailbox to be broken that you pass and not pay attention to it. There is a cause and effect. It is what builds us to be better than what the next person may perceive us to be. Yes, you may have an opinion about me, but your opinion is not valid to what I see or how I do. I may not progress in the way or the manner you want me to because you don't see the hidden, as they say, the new word I choose to use, pretenders, Decepticons, people that would try to stop that child from growing. And that's what that child begin to learn, but not without the parents setting it off with some type of direction. And that's how life becomes to be. Some type of direction. It gave me a firm belief of what I knew was of value. And once what I knew was of value, which was helping people and helping myself. Because if I can't help people or care about helping myself, when I do go through those life challenges, I do not know how to return from it. Because I don't know how to help people. I don't know how to direct you with words. And sometimes I'm not able to be with you at a time or a moment that I'm going through my life challenges. But them challenges build me, because as long as I don't give up, like that child sent out there not to talk to strangers, I am not to give up. No matter what you go through, no matter what the challenge is. And you're going to learn, and that's why I want to speak to you today. There are people that will actually be around you, watching you, testing you, putting you through a test, getting you to go in one direction, and you're trying to get in what? The right direction. But no, they want to pull you because they don't want to see you achieve. Because their values for themselves are different. Everybody got a different value in life. How were you sent off? No, I am not rich. Yet everybody wants to achieve some type of wealth. And yet the wealthy themselves are that powerful that I'm learning to bring others in your way and try to get you stuck in a corner. Because they know your capabilities, like the mother sending the child off. Don't talk to strangers. Don't give up. You're going to get to a point where wealth is going to start to build, but trust and believe there are people out there trying to stop you from getting there. And that's the greed part. That's the other part. You don't accomplish so much in life. Now you're in a point that you can what? Go further. No matter what you go through. No matter what you went through. The point is, if you don't see them people, that's mean you're not awakened. Removing the veil from the eye. If you haven't seen these people like I have seen them, and I'm only talking to the people that understand what I'm saying. If you don't understand what I'm saying, like most people would say, you're going to just turn this off. Because to be chosen, you're going to be different. You're going to see things other people don't see. Because I chose you to see this. Because when I choose you, I know you're going to go out there and teach others what I told you, what you saw, what you didn't never seen before, because you wasn't going after what you're going after now. You're going after success. You're going after wealth. And trust me, I have physically seen people in all kinds of races. Wealth has people that come to you. And it doesn't matter the race or the culture, the subculture. Whether they're a street rapper, whether they're homeless, whether they're a business person, people have somebody watching you to keep you from their wealth. You may not understand the message, but this message is for somebody to understand. Today I seen somebody, when you go through life and you succeeding, you got people who's trying to close them doors. So they got somebody watching you. Before I got here today to tell you this message, trust me, I went somewhere to make sure I extract money, put money in, and I saw the eyes on me. I saw the eyes on me yesterday when I did a video. watching you. And as I come to you and tell you this, other people begin to look, and now they're seeing it. And so they're starting to scatter. The obvious ones, people who are obvious to see, they're starting to scatter. But then there's another breed coming through, which isn't obvious to the eyes. Because you wouldn't think a person like that would do such a thing, to try to stop somebody from building wealth and success. But they're there. And then you have to learn all the way from the computer game, all the way to the going out, sitting down, eating. Your enemy could be your server. Your enemy could be the person you're eating with. That's how powerful the wealthy and the rich are. And those who are successful in life, they don't think you deserve what is being blessed to you. They don't think you deserve the people who are paying attention to you, who are taking attention off of them. They don't think you deserve that. And it's shocking to you to see this. So you're going to be what? Behaving in certain ways, because now I see you. So now you're going to be walking and you see the person, you're going to look at the person and you're going to probably do a frown because you don't believe it. But everybody who's watching you, if that person is saying something behind your back, is believing that person, thinking, isn't that person acting like they're a little off? But you're not acting off, you're reacting to what you see, what you're learning. Because I can't believe an individual of wealth or success will behave in this way. But they do. Or even bring somebody in your way to break what you're trying to do, which is break generational curses. Generational curses on your family. Keeping money out your family pocket. But if I could break that generational curse that is on my family, of people who are using my family so they can control their own wealth, then I have gained. And that's what they don't want you to do. They don't want you to break that generational curse. They want control over what you got going on. But being chosen, God is telling you, no, they're not going to have that control. You're going to have control. But let it be known, people are going to make you try to look some type of way because they have control, because of the power that they have, the position that they are in. So I have to break you down to build you back up. And it's how you come back up. If I come up the right way, or I'm going to come up the way they told me to come up, I'm going to go and do things I don't want to do. And that's what the wealthy and the rich is trying to get you to do, things you don't want to do, because they see you as not deserving of what they have. Have you seen these people? Have they walked near you? And you're surprised. Some of them have airplanes. Trust and believe. That be on you. They watching you. They got to watch your every move, every second. They want to know what you're doing every minute of the day. And sometimes you will have messengers. Have you been there? Are you there? I had messengers earlier in life that told me and prepared me of the people that would come and approach me. Because what happened to them, they don't want to see happen to you, because they know you deserve better. They didn't want what you want. They don't want the wealth. They in the wealth, but they want no part of the wealth, because they know how some people change, their heart changes with wealth. They don't care. They play a pretend part of caring. I'm pretending I care about you. I really don't care about you. I have all access to change your life. but I'm not going to do it because I really don't care about you. And those are the people in their circle that come to you because they know you are deserving of what you want to go after, the success and the wealth. I have sat on a bench waiting at the bus stop with another homeless man whose family is very wealthy. Just because you see a person homeless does not mean they don't have wealthy family. He goes, when he's really hungry, he goes to his people's house. But he don't want to live that lifestyle. And his culture is white, not black. Would you believe that? So the wealthy always could get information about you. It's also what you're going through. If that person likes you or see you, they can let them know about you. This person gave me information. I got it. I got all the money, the wealth. What it is, God is preparing you to know that there are people out there that stop at the wealth. They can be in an apartment right now. They could be with the rich family right now. They don't want it. There's something about the wealthy and their attitudes, some of them, that some people just hate it. They don't want to deal with it because they see the greed in it, the selfishness. They're not caring. They're acting, pretending I care. I got all this wealth, but I'm going to dictate who has it. And when people come and tell you, this was years from where I am today, but I was going through the progress or the process, because there is a progress going on, but you got to go through the process first. And the process can make you or it can break you. So as people start to do things and I start to witness and see what the people were telling me, even people that deal with people on the dark side, that see the work of the rich that has the money and the businesses and use that dark side against you, the spells. You didn't believe it. You were like, man, these people talking out their head. I ain't believe it. But as I went through and I witnessed, well, it got to be the wealthy, because you only blessing those who you want to bless. And I see when they get blessed, they really don't utilize it. You only bless them because they wasn't going to go far with it. But you knew if you blessed me, I was going to go somewhere. So you choose to bless that person because that person wasn't going to quite go too far. Because that's all that person wanted. But you have a lot. And you know I want a lot. Therefore, they choose who they bless. When these persons was telling me, I was like, wow. And I never see these people again. I see them one time who relate a story to me, a message, who helped me remove the veil from my eyes. The veil of being asleep. You sleep, you don't know what's really going on. A lot of you are asleep out there. You don't know what's really going on. You don't know. You could be rich today, tomorrow. But there's somebody out there who don't want to see that happen for you. Because they're afraid of what you may take from them. That's part of going through the process. There's a process. You heard it saying you got to crawl before you walk. You start to think about that. That's that process. People taking you, they want to see you crawl before you walk. And this is the process God has shown me as a chosen one. Because they've done it. That's because that's your walk. But them be the same people you wish for, you praying for. Because when you fall for taking me through this process, when you know I can get there, when you know I am there, God is showing me So the people who's coming behind me will see, come on, you can get this. And I'm going to show you how to do it. But you first got to know there are people out there that want to see you crawl before you walk. Which means you won't have to work for it. I work for it. You won't have to do it. But how that you know you are chosen? Because you have certain people who are already with these people, their family members, already shared information. You already have businesses who already came and hold your hand when they weren't looking and when they wasn't seeing, taking you along. Even with the dark side. A lot of people don't talk about the dark side. Those are people in the clubs. Some people in churches. Depends on what dark side, what church you go to, what club you go to. The club with light. They see riches from the light. You got some clubs you see riches from the dark. By robbing people. Robbing their finances, building up. Churches rob people finances and building up. Removing the veil from the eye. Are you there? I have done work in certain places and I have heard people laugh and giggle. And I know it's the enemy. As I'm doing work, you must be obviously in my phone, on my laptop watching me. But I hear your giggle, I hear you laugh. When you think you're quiet, you're not quiet. Because the messenger already came and prepared me for what? The process. There will soon be progress. Is progress being made? Yes. It may not be made in the eye of those who are trying to take from you, but it is made in the eye of the one who has chosen you. Let's say that again. The progress will never be shown in the eyes of those who's trying to rob your success, but it will be shown in the eyes of those who, the one who what? The chosen, who made you the chosen one. And a lot of us are chosen for the process. So we can what? Progress. So as these people sat and told me, and I'm saying to myself, one time I was at work and I'm working, but nothing happened. Everything was just fine. And when these people start to disappear, who prepared me to let me know somebody was coming after me because they saw that I was progressing and probably gained some wealth from it. And not until I started to accumulate assets, which nobody could take away, then all of a sudden, there's people trying to take away from what you have. Process. And there will be progress. If you continue to go through the process, and the process could be embarrassing, because they're going to lie on you. They're going to go places and they're going to say, she's doing this, she smells like this is wrong, this is that is wrong. They're going to try to do the worst. But as a professional person, if I'm professional, I'm going to do the professional thing and I'm going to try to make sure, do you need this? Do you need that? Here's some money, go buy this to do that. That's professional. And if I don't see profession, because see, the veil is not in front of my eyes, it has been removed. So I know what's good and what's not good. I know what a good person will do and a person who's not of good will do. I had police officers I hang in rich neighborhoods. They didn't know that. Would ask the rich people about me and they questioned, why are you questioning about her? She's a good person. But the people let me know because they saw me in a bad neighborhood trying to make changes. I should not be the concern of the community. You should be concerned about me, about my children in that community. I learned through my counseling experience what to give and what to take. The Bible said, do not boast and brag. There is a reason. But don't boast and brag. And I'm telling you today, do not tell a person They think you telling everything. You ain't telling everything. I'm telling you what you want to hear. I'm feeding you to keep you off. Sometimes you got to feed people to keep them off from what's really going on. And all of a sudden things are going on with them. They trying to figure out what's going on. Why is people watching me? Because, hello, I didn't feed you who I really knew. I told you part of who was on my team, but you don't really know who's on my team. And even though I went through because I was going through for me and for the people I was trying to build. But you didn't see that. You just thought I was part of the people. When I'm fighting a fight, an unseen fight, you didn't even know what was going on. And you put me in the bracket of them people when that's not me. And sometimes you got to not let people know what you've done, what you do. And when that man and I finished, and I got off the bench, and he got on a bus, many times I sit at the bus stop as a reminder of the rich, the powerful, the money, the family members that they feed who are homeless, and the homeless who are family members to the rich. So when you're walking in the street with a homeless and you see a homeless person, that don't mean he's not being fed. You're trying to be fed, but it don't mean that he's not being fed or she's not being fed or can get fed. Can have a roof over their head right now if they want it. Some people choose not to have it. You're choosing to have it. But they know there are other rich people who don't want to see you succeed. They only let certain people succeed who can't get above them. Because if I let you succeed, you're going to become above me. Therefore, God's going to choose you so you can go through what? The process. They thinking you got to crawl before you walk. God saying, no, she's going through a process. Like they went through the process. But sometimes people forget where they come from or people become greedy. Greedy to money, greedy to life, greedy to understanding. They forget to understand because they let the expensive clothes, the expensive shoes, the expensive glasses, the expensive hairstyle, the expensive house, the expensive business cloud everything what's really going on. But with a chosen, you will never forget that. That's why you learn in business. There are people who just make the money, and there are people who make the money and change the community. So that's why you're going to the process, because God wants you to take care of a community. And that's the community of people. Whether they're rich or poor, there is a tie string. And you're learning that to win. And that is the message today. Don't give up. Quick break, y'all. As I'm in the library about to uplift my radio, I saw this guy dressed in construction. I tell you, there's a lot of construction going on, a lot of strange things we see. But he had a device. I was sitting on a patio in the library, just scrolling through my video. And he took the device, it was a stick, and he pointed towards the sun. And my phones began to heat up real hot. I want you to know, removing the veil from the eye is so true. We hope that a lot of people is not affected by it. Now, continue to watch my video. Be that mother who with that child. Don't talk to strangers. Now you understand. And that's how it is with a business. Don't talk to strangers. Go through the process. And God will get you to progress. Until next time, BS and discover.